Today, I'm going through the NGK 7803 DPR7EIX-9 Iridium IX spark plug and showing what you can expect when you try it in a real setup. You will find a link to purchase this and other models at a discount in the description below the video. You can place your order right now. I'm using a screencast for this one, so you're not seeing the plug in my hand. Not ideal, but it still lets me walk you through the important parts without skipping anything. I start with the basics because this model comes up a lot for motorcycles, scooters, and small engines that need a hotter spark and a stable idle. NGK pushes the Iridium IX series as a step up from copper and standard nickel plugs. In practice, the Iridium tip does hold up well and you get cleaner firing, especially on engines that run a bit rich or have cold start trouble. When you look at the specs on the page, the fine wire Iridium center electrode is the main feature. It helps cut down misfires and lets the spark jump easier, which can smooth the throttle response. In real riding, this can help, but it's not some massive power gain. It's more about consistency and fewer rust spots. The heat range on this one is a 7, which matters because people mix this up a lot.
Did you know that the best discounts on Amazon last only a few hours? That's why I launched 2 channels where I publish the highest discounts on Amazon products in real time every day. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to our Threads and Telegram channels right now to consistently save money on your everyday purchases.
Some engines want a 6, some want a 7. If your bike or ATV is tuned or tends to run hot, the 7 usually makes sense. But if your manual calls for something cooler or hotter, this plug won't fix the mismatch. I've seen cases where people buy this plug thinking Iridium solves everything, then complain about fouling or knock. That's usually a compatibility issue, not a flaw in the plug. The thread size and reach are the same story. This plug fits many Japanese motorcycles, but not all. If the reach is off by even a few millimeters, you can end up with weak firing or damage. So if you're watching this to decide whether to order it, double-check your service manual. NGK listings online can be hit or miss depending on who uploaded the data. I've seen bikes listed as compatible with this model when there clearly aren't. When you look at the design details, the insulator is solid and the build quality is what NGK is known for. The gasket seal is firm, and the threads usually arrive clean with no burrs. Some users report plugs arriving slightly bent or with loose terminals, but that usually comes from shipping, not production. Still, it's something to check before install. If the terminal nut feels loose, tighten it by hand. If the electrode gap looks off, measure it. This plug is pre-gapped at 0.9 millimeters, but shipping can shift it. A lot of people forget this step and then blame the plug for misfires. When running, you might notice easier cold starts and fewer hiccups at low RPM. The Iridium tip keeps the spark consistent and it doesn't wear down as fast as normal plugs. Over months of use, this means fewer changes and fewer surprises. But if your engine has deeper issues like clogged jets, weak coils, air leaks, or old fuel, this plug won't magically fix that. It helps, but it doesn't mask real problems. The main downside comes from expectations. Some riders expect big performance gains. This plug won't give that. It won't suddenly change the character of your engine. What it does well is keep the ignition steady and help the engine run cleaner over time. Another issue is price. Iridium plugs cost more, and for some engines, the improvement isn't dramatic. If your setup already fires clean with cheaper plugs, the upgrade may feel minor. I move around the product page here to show the details NGK lists, but I try to keep it honest. You're looking at a spark plug that's reliable, consistent, and long-lasting. If your bike needs this specific model, it's usually a safe pick. If you pick it just because it's Iridium, you might not notice much difference. Compatibility and proper tuning matter more than anything. Thanks for watching. If this helped, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next review.